Hi, everybody. It's lesson 57 from CMC Level E. Very excited to see you on this Wednesday morning, or let's be honest, possibly Wednesday afternoon, or maybe even Wednesday night, but definitely Wednesday, because there's no way we wouldn't get this started right away. Anyway, here's lesson 57, and here's our agenda. We're going to do some fluency practice. We're going to do some 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication. You know what else we're going to do? We're going to do some long division. And it's called long division because there's a lot of steps, not because it's going to take a long time. Then we got fraction fun. I know you guys really enjoyed that on Monday. And then some unit conversions, feet to yards, pounds to ounces, just all that fun stuff that you're always you always wanted to know, but you're too scared to ask. I'm going to answer those questions. And then we got a secret meme today as well. So let's keep going. You're going to need the same thing you need every time. You're going to need to have that focus. Put those headphones on, the gamer ones, like the ones, and then the determination. Pretend like you're on a Fortnite YouTube noob Twitch streaming platform, and you're about to really take the gold, kiddos, and really move up and have that kind of determination for your academic work as well. And then you know what else you're going to need? Paper. You're going to need paper, simple. And then a pencil. And at the end, you're going to need that Google Classroom account so you can show what you know and rack up those XP for your life, okay? I'm trying some new lingo here to really relate to the kids. So that's that, all right? Moving on, let's get some fluency. Fluency. Remember, fluency is all about answering the question quickly, building up that automaticity, just over and over again, practicing and practicing. And if you practice division and multiplication now, especially, then it gets easier for 2-digit multiplication, easier for that long division. So, think of this as like a training montage in a movie, right? That's what it is. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. All right, here we go. Fluency. Bam. 36 divided by 6. 36 divided by 6 equals 36 divided by 6 is 36 divided by 9. 36 divided by 9 equals 4. 28 divided by 7. 28 divided by 7 equals 28 divided by 7 equals 4. There we go. 42 divided by 6. 42 divided by 6 equals 7. 42 divided by 6 is what we just did. 27 divided by 9. 27 divided by 9 equals 3. 32 divided by 4. 32 divided by 4 equals 32 divided by 4 equals 8. That's great. 21 divided by 3. 21 divided by 3 equals 21 divided by 3 equals 7. 49 divided by 7. 49 divided by 7 equals 7. I'm going to do it on that rhythm because it's more fun for me. 45 divided by 9. 45 divided by 9 equals 5. 10 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. 28 divided by 4. 28 divided by 4 equals 7. 24 divided by 8. 24 divided by 8 equals 3. 24 divided by 4. 24 divided by 4 equals 6. 32 divided by 4. 32 divided by 4 equals 8. 63 divided by 9. 63 divided by 9 equals 7. 7. 0 divided by 7. 0 divided by 7 equals 0. 72 divided by 9. And if you remember my trick, which I've given you, it's that if you're dividing a number by 9, just take that tens place and bump it up 1. So in this case, it's going to be 8. 72 divided by 9 equals 8. Very good. Whoa, I don't know what just happened there. 8. 28 divided by 4. We just did this. 28 divided by 4 equals 7. I really hope this is filming. Let me just double check. Please let it be filming. It is filming. Okay. Whew. Would hurt to lose all this golden material. 9 divided by 3. 9 divided by 3 equals 3, right? Excellent. Let's keep going. Here we go. 28 divided by 4. 28 divided by 4 equals 7. 9 divided by 3. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. 12 divided by 4. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. 16 divided by 4. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. 16 divided by 2. 16 divided by 2 equals what? 8. TikTok famous. 2-digit multiplication. So I know everybody was like, I'll do the fluency, but when are we going to get to that good stuff? When are we going to get to that fun game that we love so much? And this is it. We're here now. 2-digit by multiplication. Remember, many zoos, many animals, multiply, 0, multiply, add, bada bing, bada boom, then you're done. All right. So we're going to walk ourselves through it. Same thing we did on Monday, where we're going to have some timers to help us. We're going to write down the question. We're going to pause it if we need even more time, which is okay. In fact, I'm proud of you if you need more time. All right. So we're going to get going. First up, each bag had 28 apples in it. Each bag had 28 apples in it. There were 32 bags. How many apples were there total? So I'm going to do this first, right? I'm going to do our times number. That's our each number. In this case, that's 28. Okay, 20. I'm sorry, the computer's 28. Okay. It's okay. Everything's okay. The computer's having a tough time, so I'm just going to relax the computer. Shh. Everything's okay. Maybe close one of these guys. Close this guy. Close this guy. Because I don't. Apologies. I'm not trying to waste your time. 28. And then there were some bags. There we go. Oh, it's so much better. And then there were some apples, right? And do we know how many bags there were? How many apples? We know how many bags there were. All right. So we're going to jump on over to that next page. We're going to jump over to the next page, and then we are going to write that down ourselves, 28 and 32. So, okay. This thing is good. Oh, every single time, right? Every single time I try to do it the right way, it doesn't do it. All right, believe in yourself. 28 times 32, you're going to write it down and go ahead and get started. There's your timer. Believing in yourself is a great thing to do. If you believe in me, I will believe in you. There's nothing distance can't keep us apart. We're still gonna learn math and keep ourselves state of the art. Believing in ourselves is something we can do. It's something that we were all. And that's it. That's our time, right? And so what you're gonna do, if at all possible, if you're not done, is pause it and finish up on your paper. I'm going to take us and walk us through it right now. 2 times 8. What is 2 times 8? 2 times 8 is, it's 16. 16. Oh, yeah. You just, in this world, you try, and sometimes think, oh, that's not going to go well. Okay, there we go. It's always the same part of every lesson that I struggle with. 28, and now I don't even remember the other number. Was it 32? It was 32, right? 32. Yeah, okay, well, actually, better go back. 28 times 32. So what's our first problem that we're working on? 2 times 8. What is 2 times 8? 2 times 8 is not that. I made a mistake there. What is 2 times 8? 2 times 8 is... I'm very sorry. I'm trying. That's what I really believe, that I am trying. And I really appreciate your patience. 8 times 2 is 16, right? So we put our 6 there. We put our 1 up here. Very good. 2 times 2. What's 2 times 2, everybody? 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Bam. That's it. There we go. We're cooking now. We're cooking. Cross out that 2. That's our many. Now it's time to head over. What is that? You hear that? Lions, tigers, bears. Oh my, it's the zoo with a 0. Boom. Now we're working on this. What is 3 times 8? 3 times 8 is 24. What do we write here? That's easy. You write a 4. And then you carry your, okay, I'm not even going to, 4, you 2 up there, right? And then what is 3 times 2? 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. So we're up to 840. Now we're going to add these numbers together. 6 plus 0 is 6. 5 plus 4 is 9. And 8 plus nothing is, bam, 896. Yes, it's a mess up there. Yes, but the answer is correct. And really, isn't that what we all wanted? A correct answer. Let's get rid of this gobbledygook. Let's keep moving and let's get our work done. All right, next up. There were 17 players in each team. Not on, in each team. There were 34 classes. You can tell I copy and pasted this, but no worries. You just got to believe in me and yourself. What's our times number? Our times number is 17, right? And then we'll just call it teams. Teams. And so we're going to cross this bad boy out right here and write teams. And then there were, how many students were there? And we'll call that players. How many players were there total? So we have 17, T, and P. Do we know P or T? We know T, so that's 34. And we're going to turn that into a up and down multiplication problem on the next page. So let's get rid of all that. Head over. And it's going to be 17 times 34, right? 17 times 34, 17 times, it's going better now. I just got to believe in myself, 34. And then you're going to go ahead and work it right now. Show me what you can do. It's awkward if you're not working, so I would do the work. All right, YouTube fam, get it down. All right, there we go. Getting it done, getting it done, getting it done. Believing in yourself. I believe in you. All right, there we go. Here we're going to multiply 7 times 4. We did this like 12 times in the fluency. 7 times 4 is, we're going to put our 8 there, our 2 up there. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2 is 6. 68. That's our many. Now, what's that? Yep, it's the zoo. We put our 0 here, and now we're ready to multiply the 3 times 7. What's 3 times 7? 3 times 7 is 21. So we put our other 2 up there. 3 times 1 is 3. Very good. Plus 2 is 5. So it's 51. And then we just slide that over there. 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 1 is 7. And we have 500. We got 578. That's how many players there are in the team, right? So again, many zoos, many, and then animals, right? And it no matter how many digits there are at the bottom, you're just going to keep following that pattern as you go through. So let's get rid of all this. Let's get rid of all that. Let's go on to the next one, okay? This one is geared for all you gamers out there. The Switch costs $85. The Xbox costs 12 times as much as the Switch. How much was the Xbox? So we're going to build our multiplication family. What is our times number? Our times number is 12, right? You can see it right there. It's 12 times. And then we have our, what costs more, the Switch or the Xbox? In this case, it's the Xbox, so that's going to be our big number, and the Switch is our small number. And then do we know how much one of these costs? We do. We know how much the Switch costs. How much does it cost? $85. $85. And then we're going to turn this into a multiplication, right? It's going to be 85 times 12. And you can see even when I'm doing it on the computer, I'm trying my absolute hardest to make sure that everything is arranged up and down in nice, neat columns, because that's where people who have messy handwriting, like myself, often get things wrong. One trick that you can do is you can turn your paper this way and then use the lines that would normally be on it as your place value. And that's something that I have found is very, very helpful. Zamir, I know you do it. So don't be afraid to do that if you have lined paper, okay? All right. 85 times 12, we're going to go to the next page, right? There we go. 85 times 12. You're going to go ahead and get started while I start the timer. I'll meet you over here. And remember, you can pause it if you need a couple more seconds. I would really excited if you did that, but let's just pretend. I'm going to pretend like you did pause it. So you're pausing it now? All right, welcome back. You must have got that problem done. All right, what's 2 times 5? 2 times 5 is, it's 10. You're right, 10. And then 2 times 8, what's 2 times 8? That's 16. 16 plus 1 then is going to give us 17. So we're up to 170. That's many. Alligators, reptiles, penguins. That's right. It's the zoo. And then we are going to multiply. And I love it when we have a ones in the tens place because it is so simple. 1 times 5, 5. 1 times 8, 8, right? And remember, that was our leftover number. This was our leftover number, so we don't have to worry about that. And now it's time to add. And let's see if you can add with me. 0 plus 0 is 0. 7 plus 5 is, it's 12. Regroup with that 1 up here. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 8 is 10. We got 1,020. We got 1,020. Now, that's not how much an Xbox really costs, but that's a great example of how things can compare in price. So one thing is 12 times as expensive, all right? It's getting rid of that. Moving on, I think we have one more. Nope, we already did this. We did this one on Monday, right? So we're going to skip this one. Oh my goodness. Ha ha. Ha. Long division. Bah, bah, long division. The greatest of all divisions. How do we do long division? I know what you're thinking. It's so hard. It is probably, I'll say this honestly, probably the hardest math concept to get. I remember I struggled with it when I was your age, but it's important. So let's say we have a number like 963. Very good. And we're dividing it by the number 3. First up, big number is going to go inside the house. And then the divided by number is going to go outside the house. And then we're going to work the division across the roof of our house. And we'll subtract sometimes if we need to. And we're just working our way across number by number. What's 9 divided by 3? 9 divided by 3 is 3. And what's 6 divided by 3? 6 divided by 3 is 2. And what's 3 divided by 3? 3 divided by 3 is 1, right? So our answer then is 321, right? We didn't have to do any subtraction there because all of the numbers were exact. Sometimes you get lucky in life. So we're going to just keep moving as we go through. Remember, actually practicing the skill is the best thing you can do to make sure you're getting ready for September of 2020, but also that you're building these skills because this is, like I said, an important skill. There's almost always a question about it on the PSSAs. And there's also just a lot of times when you use it, especially like for money, like how much should you be getting paid in your paycheck when you divide that by 26? Or if you're splitting up bills with people, you might use long division. So it's important. It is an actual important skill. All right, so let's go, keep going over and see what it is. 8,534 divided by 5. 8,534 divided by 5. And I'm going to help you get started on this before I start the timer, right? So can you make 8? Does 5 go into 8? Not evenly. So what's the biggest part of 8 you can get? And the biggest part of 8 you can get is, it's just 5. So we're going to write our 5 here. And then 5 divided by 5 is 1, right? And then we have to subtract, which is tricky. 8 divided by 5 is 3. And then, I don't know what that was. Oh, here we go. I literally don't know what that is. That, you've got to be kidding me. This is ridiculous. It is that? Oh. All right, I'll erase it, but that is just as frustrating to me as it is to you, I can assure you. To you, it's probably comical. Like, ah! It's like, remember how that dude would always like accidentally use the permanent marker on the dry erase board, and then he would panic because he wouldn't know if he could get it off. Ah, we'd all be laughing. Yeah, well, this is the quarantine edition of Mr. O'Connell writing on something with a permanent marker accidentally. 8 minus 5 is 3. Nice and neat there, because obviously. And then now we have to bring down this 5, and now we're doing 35 divided by 5. All right, and I'm going to start the timer, and hopefully the pen will work when we get back. So here's your timer. Go ahead and try to figure it out. We'll try to clean this up while you're working on that. You guys got this. Come on, take your time. I do not know why. It's so hard to do. You can see I'm not even touching it now. There we go. Okay. I maybe have to close down. Wow. Maybe it's just like, you know how you have all those tabs open up? Maybe if I get rid of all these tabs, it'll work. All right. Let's see if we can do this together. All right. I'm going to get rid of everything. 8,534 divided by 5. Okay. We said 5 goes here, right? 8 take away 5 is 3. 5 divided by 5 is 1. We're going to bring this 5 down, and this is where I left you. What is 35 divided by 5? Count by 5 and see if you get to 35 or how close you get. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I'm holding up 7 fingers, so I'm going to write my 7 up there. And then we can subtract if it's easy for you, or we can just move on to this 3. 3 is smaller than 5, yes? So if 3 is too small, you just put a 0 there, and then you're going to move next door, right? 34. How many times can 5 go into 34? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Too big. Let's go back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 is going to be our number here. And what's 30 divided by 5? 30 divided by 5 is 6. And then we do our subtraction problem. 4 minus 0 is 4, and that's going to be our what? That's going to be our remainder. I apologize desperately for the mess up with the pen, but it really is helping me to help you, so we will forgive me, is what we always say, right? And here's a new one, a lot shorter of a problem. You go ahead and write it down now. It is 823 divided by 4, 823. And then our inside the number is 4, okay? And I'll let you go ahead and get started. Exactly what I thought. And then over here, we're going to do 800. I don't know if I'm... I'll give you a clue. There's going to be a remainder, so please do not forget, you can always pause it. Do not just keep the video going. Like all things in life, it is better to do it as right as you can. And I realize I made a lot of mistakes for a man who's saying that. But it's better to at least try it than just to let the video kind of play while you're watching whatever it is in the background or talking to somebody on the phone. Like, I get it. It's different from school, but there's still opportunities to learn, right? So sorry for my lecture. Let's keep going. 8 divided by 4. 8 divided by 4 it's 2, right? We don't have to do a subtraction problem because it's exact, right? What about this 2? It's too small. You can't divide that by 4. What do you do? What number do you put there? You put a 0. Excellent. And then you go next door. 23. 23 divided by 4. Now we're thinking we're going to count by 4s till we get there. 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. 20. How many fingers am I holding up, folks? I got 5 fingers up. And now we got to do our subtraction problem, right? That's going to be 20. 23 take away 20 is 3. Throw that guy up there. Bam! 205 with a remainder of 3. We are getting better at this. I'm getting better at this. You're getting better at this. You're getting better because you practice, and I'm getting better because I need those likes. I need those subscribes. This is going to be a big thing for me. All right, next one up. 4,221 divided by 3. So I'm going to give you a second. I'm going to build my house, and then we're going to just take it 4,221, and out here we're going to put the number 3, okay? You're going to go ahead and work that problem, taking your time. 3 doesn't go into 4. Figuring out what to do. Giving clues along the way. Believing in ourselves each and every day. This is the most awkward part, that like in the classroom you can walk around, but you can't do that here. All right, so we're stopping. Bam! Bam, here we go. This is what's up, right? 4 divided by 3, you can't do it. It's not even. I wish it was. Those are the best type, but it's not. So what is the closest you can get? The biggest, it's 3, right? The biggest part of 4 you can take with 3s is the number 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 4 take away 3. 4 take away 3 is 1. We got a 2. We're going to bring it down to the ground. And that's 12. 12 divided by 3. Can you do it? 3, 6, 9, 12. You can do it. What is 12 divided by 3? It is 4. 12 divided by 3 is 4. You don't have to do subtraction because it's an exact problem. There's no leftover numbers. You're good to go. 2. 2 is too small to divide by 3. So what number do we put there? I'll give you a clue. All right? It's a 0. Okay, that's my clue. It's 0. You put a 0, and then you go next door. 21 divided by 3. Where have I heard that one? Oh, yes, in every single fluency we've done since we started our continuous learning program. 3, 6, 9, we look fine. 12, 15, math machine. 18, 21. What's that number? That number is 7, right? 7. Are we done? Is there a remainder? There's no remainder because we were exact. That's it. If you had $4,221 and you split them among 3 friends, each friend would get how much money? They get $1,407. That's a question I've actually woken up in the middle of the night thinking, and now I'm so glad that I have that answer. I'm good to go, all right? Let's see what's next as we keep on going through the long division. This one is a perfect problem for you to really try by yourself. I truly believe that you will think, as you work it, you will think to yourself, man, oh man, what a beautiful, beautiful math problem. There was a famous Indian mathematician named Ramanujan who just found that numbers were beautiful and that math problems were beautiful. And I think when you're done with this one, you will agree with him on it. All right, so here we go. 30 seconds on the board. Clock, countdown clock. And he's going, and he's looking at the number and he's dividing 5 by 5 and he's thinking to himself, okay, yes, okay. Then, goes next door. What has he got? He's got 6. 6 divided by 5. 6 divided by 5. Oh, you can't do it. So what do you do? He's go, he puts it, Get 5 divided by 5. Well, you subtract. Bring that number down. What? 3, 2, 1. Maybe. Let's find out. Check your answer against my answer. 5 divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 it's 1. It's easy, right? Already a beautiful math problem. 6 divided by 5. Can you do that? Not exactly. So you're going to get the biggest part. What's the biggest part? That's 5. What's 5 divided by 5? I know what it is. It's 1. Excellent. Now, are we done? No. We have an 11 up there. I know that we have to subtract and then bring it on down. That 5 goes here. 15 divided by 5. What could 15 divided by 5 be? 15 divided by 5 is 3. And I think that you can see that it really, truly is a very beautiful problem. I believe 113 is a prime number. So let me double check. 113 is a prime number, which means that 565 is the product of 2 prime numbers, and there is something beautiful about prime numbers in my world. Remember, a prime number is a number that has no other factor than 1 in itself. But moving along, I understand that I can nerd out about prime numbers all I want, but really everybody is all about this long division craze. So let's keep, whoops, that was not right. Let's keep on moving on with that, okay? So here we go. Next up, option M. Fractions. I know, deep sigh of relief. Fractions, I like to think that fractions represent what a great teacher I am, even at this distance learning. What do you say, little llama? I agree with you. You're such a good teacher. I bet these kids could do fractions without any problems. I bet you're right. But I'm still going to remind them because you review things as you go through to build that regularity. What is that right? That's 100% right, Mr. O'Connell. You're just so cool. Thanks for including me in your video. No worries, bud. No worries. Moving on. Fractions. Multiplying fractions is pretty straightforward. Boom. First, you multiply the top numbers. Then you walk downstairs, multiply the bottom numbers, and then you just leave out the front door and go on, have the best life you can possibly have. All right? We got this. I promise you, we got this. 5/3 times 8 firsts. 5/3 times 8, I guess we call it 8 wholes, right? Let's do it. Let's just get it out of the way. 5 times 8 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 5 times 8 is what? It's 40. 3 times 1. 3 times 1, bam, that's that same number. Always the same number, right? 3 times 1 is 3. All right, moving on to our next one. 9/4 times 3/4. I'm going to give you 10 seconds because I really do truly believe that's all the time you need. And 9 times 3 is 9, 18, 27. It's 27. And 4 times 4, 4 squared, that's easy. That's 16. And that's it. You, like I said, you're done. You're done. Bam, get rid of it. Bam, move on to the next one. You know? Bam, here we go. 6/8 times 5 halves. Remember, you're multiplying tops, you're multiplying bottoms, and then you're just walking away. Walk away. 6 times 5 equals... 6 times 5 equals 30. 8 times 2 equals... 8 times 2 equals 16. Boom, move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. And here we go. 1/10 times 25/3. 1/10 times 25/3. It's easy. I mean, that one's legitimately easy. 1 times 25? It's not 26, it's 25, right? Any number multiplied 1 is going to be itself. 10 times 3. I don't know if I can do this. Yes, I can. It's just 10, 20, 30. Bam! Done. Right? That's multiplying fractions. It's very, 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 very straightforward. You're multiplying the top, you're multiplying the bottom, right? It's the best, it's probably the best thing you can do. Conversions are a little bit more difficult than fractions, but not as difficult as long division. But you're going to be using them. You know what? You'll use them a lot if you're a football player, from feet to yards, yards to meters and stuff like that. Also, if you're a carpenter, a baker would use them. Maybe a water scientist might use them. Doctors probably use them. Conversions are things that are important because you might use them. I'm not going to go so far as I don't use them all the time, but when I do use them, I think back to my 5th, 6th, 7th grade teachers and think, man, I'm really glad they taught me about those conversions. And then I just, I say, good luck to you. I miss you guys. Yards to feet. So if you take a yard and you have a foot, it will tell you like this: 3 times y equals f, right? However many yards you have, multiply it by 3, and that will give you feet. Okay, so it's always going to be a multiplication sentence. So if I had 1 yard, it would be 3 times 1. I would have how many feet? I'd have 3 feet. If I had 10 yards, that would be 3 times 10, and that would give how many feet? That would be 30. Now, as you move on, they might give it to you like this: 3 times y, and then they might give you that number, in which case you're going to have to flip it into a division problem. So I'll do that real quick. 21. So that actually becomes what? 21 divided by 3, which we all know is 7, right? Let's go ahead and try another conversion. 1 gallon is 4 quarts. So if you have a big gallon of milk and you have like little quarts, you'd pour and you would fill up 4 of them, right? So trying to figure out like if you had a recipe and it said you need 6 quarts, and you're at the bodega, you're at the poppy store, and you're like, I need 6 quarts. Do I have to buy 1 gallon or 2 gallons? You would know, I better buy 2 gallons so I can have some left over for my cereal. All right, here we go. It's 1 year is 12 months. I think there's supposed to be. So if I was doing my multiplication sentence for this, that would be 1. That would be 4 times G equals Q, right? And you would say, I have 8 gallons. How many quarts do I have? Well, 4 times 8 equals 32. And here's an easy way to remember this one. And I'm saying this like I remember it, but if you quart is easy. It's quarter, 4. You got 4 quarts in a gallon. You got 4 quarters in a dollar. But it's that same idea. Like, how do you turn a smaller thing into a bigger thing, or how many smaller things are in a bigger thing? Is kind of the idea of what we're working on, right? So we're going to keep going. Now we are on years to months, right? And this is important, but this is also a good one to always just kind of remember the skills. You have 12 months in every year. So you hear this a lot with babies, right? Somebody will say to you, he's 36 months. Well, how did she get that? She said, well, he's 3 years old and he's been alive. So that's how many months. So, you want to do some double digit multiplication. I'm 39. So let's see how many months old I am, right? 39 times 12, many zoos, many animals. Bring it all together. Zim zam, we got this. 2 times 9 is 18. Put your 1 at the top. 2 times 3, 2, 4, 6 plus 1, 78. This is a lot of months. And then boom, like I taught you before, it's so easy. How many months old am I? 468 months. And I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say, maybe let's not refer to me by months old. That's not worth it to me. Let's just refer to me by my years, because 468 months sounds even older than 39. But if you want to, leave in the comments section how many months old you are, so that I know maybe you can get some swag, right? Maybe you can get that Mr. O'Connell backpack or that Mr. O'Connell shirt that you've been eyeing. Maybe you never know when it'll happen. So, but that's how you convert from years to months. And this is something we're going to build on, right? This is the foundational part, but we're going to get more and more into it as we go on. 1 pound is 16 ounces. This one I have never been able to memorize, but that's pretty straightforward. You got 16, that's your times number. 16 times your P will give you your O, right? 16. And this one is really when you're going to be using this at the grocery store. You're buying potatoes to make some mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving. It might be like, oh, you need 6 pounds of potatoes. And things like, oh, we only do ounces. And you got to do the math. And then you're like, oh, 96 ounces is 6 pounds, Or this is also something with babies. Like babies are coming up a lot in conversions. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're so small and we know they grow into something bigger. But that's another place where you see it. Like they'll be like, he's 4 pounds, 17 ounces. Or no, you wouldn't say that. You'd say, he's 5 pounds, 1 ounce. And you'd be like, oh, how much is an ounce? But this is how you would know. So that's a conversion factor for you, right? And that's, like I said, that's an important skill, especially if you have, especially if you have something that you are, you're like measuring at like feet and yards and stuff like that. Sorry, we're going to move on. Saw the secret meat. You woke up early. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. 11 a.m., Google Classroom's empty, quiz is done, journal entries done, social studies done, science done, don't have any guided reading, boom, your day's done, right? Some other kids aren't even awake yet, and your work has already been done for the day. That's a success, kid. That's yes, I did it. Proud of you. Proud of all the hard work you're putting in. I know it would be so much easier not to be here watching the video, not to go over and take the Google quiz, not to try your hardest. But the fact of the matter is you are doing future you a favor right now by sitting down and getting your work started and by getting your work done. And I do appreciate it and I admire you for it. And I know your teachers do, and I know your parents are proud of you as well. So keep on keeping on, okay? What do you do now? Head over to Google Classroom, take the quiz, and then think of examples of this in your daily life. Drop a comment in the Google Classroom machine. Be safe, wash your hands, and really seriously do know that I admire you and I appreciate you for everything you're doing. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Remember, smash that likes and subscribe button, and keep on being awesome.